Hey everybody. I just watched the TED Talk from the Khan Academy. I don't know if you guys have watched it or if you have ever heard of Khan Academy, but I watched countless Khan Academy tutoring. I used a lot of them for some of my college courses. If you've never watched one, you should watch them. They're so helpful. They're amazing. So I was really interested that that was one of our resources. And he mentioned also the flipped class, and I've never heard of the flipped classroom, so I was really curious about how even implement it and how it works. So the TED Talks was awesome about it. He explained what it is, how it works. Um, I do have questions. Obviously, the flipped class isn't going to work instantly. It's not going to work for everybody, but I guess my questions are like, if what if kids don't have access to a computer, or their Wi-Fi doesn't work, or everyone has different situations. So I like that the plan is you go and you watch your lecture, and then when you get into the class, you're doing your homework, your activities, the fun stuff. And you're able to do that with your peers, and your teacher kind of just helping. You're not sitting there just listening to a lecture. I really think it's awesome. But what if everybody doesn't have access to the computers? How do we overcome that, basically? Um, and then what if there are kids who don't watch the lectures? They choose not to watch the lectures, and when they get into the class and they're watching, or they're ready to do their activities, I'm just curious at that point what they are supposed to do, or if at that point they have to watch the lecture and everybody else is doing their activities. Um, Anyways, I like it. I think it's an awesome idea. I really support like technology in the classroom. I know there's always a screen time issue, but I just feel like with the up and coming classroom and up and coming technology, it's just going to be so important. So I completely support it. Uh, I don't know if you remember or not, but I'm a PE teacher. So I'm also really curious. I don't know if I could implement it in my class. Um, we do a couple of lectures here and there, but most of it is I do activities. We are doing soccer and football and basketball and all that. Um, so I'm just curious, maybe if you guys have suggestions of if what other ways I could implement technology. I don't know if I could necessarily do a flipped class, but I'm sure there are some options. So I would definitely be open to those suggestions, anything to keep my kids on track, focused, interested. So I would love any suggestions that you guys have. Um, Also, what I thought was just kind of blew my mind was in the the TED Talk. He talked about ultimately having a one world classroom, so where peers are everyone is on the internet. Everyone is using technology to learn all their subjects, really. But he mentioned maybe one kid in Wyoming is able to help someone in China. They're working at the same pace, but someone is more efficient and or proficient in one certain subject versus the other kid is better in a different subject, and actually being able to work with each other. So I know we're quite a ways from actually getting to that, but I just thought it was so awesome how he talked about ultimately having this classroom all over the world. Everyone is able to access it and talk to each other and help each other and tutor. And I thought that was really interesting.